Oh hi everyone, my name is Tim, and in this video, we will be talking about who Rick Owens is. Richard Saturnino Owens, or known more as Rick Owens, is a California-born designer living in Paris. Famous and known for his abstract, unique dark monochromatic gothic grunge but glamorous aesthetics. He is one of the most impactful yet important designer on the fashion scene for bringing avant-garde fashion to become more approachable to everyone. Rick was born on the 18th of November 1962 to a married couple named John Owens and Connie Owens in California, United States. His childhood was really suppressed because of having a strict father. He was forced to join to the local Catholic school by his parents. Shortly afterward, he quickly finds that he did not fit into the environment. Rick had trouble connecting with the other kids in his age group. Influenced by his heavily sheltered parents, Rick's father was strict and extremely conservative. His dad did not even allow to have a TV in their house until he was 16 years old. Not only that, Rick's father forced him to read philosophical literature and listen to only classical music. The reason was, he did not want Rick to get exposed to certain content. Despite his best efforts, by the time Rick got into his high school, it became clear that he had other interests. On his high school, Rick became more rebellious. He starts to skip classes, smoking, listening to more experimental music, and starting to explore more things that he could not experience before. However, on high school, Rick was starting to take a deeper interest in art. The first artist that Rick looked up onto was Joseph Beuys, which really influenced Rick's style and artwork in the future. Rick decided to begin studying fine arts at the Otis College of Art and Design in Los Angeles, California, but he left after only 2 years of studying because he thinks that entering into the art world was overwhelming. After deciding to quit studying fine arts at the Otis, he decided to begin studying pattern cutting at the Los Angeles Trade Technical College for 2 years. This was the start of his journey into the fashion world. After 2 years of learning on how to do pattern cutting, he decided to take a job as a pattern cutter for a knockoff designer brand company in Los Angeles. It was a risky job since it was illegal. However, Rick learns a lot and gains more experience on how to do pattern cutting. He learns on how other designers have their own unique patterns and designs. It taught him to recreate the work of the biggest designer in the industry. Rick did this job until 1988 when his boyfriend helped him to get a better job working at a legitimate clothing line. This was a major turning point for him because this clothing line is owned by Michelle Amy. Michelle Amy is a well-known fashion figure. After working for a few years with Michelle, Rick and Michelle realized that they were destined to be more than work partners, so they got married. Rick still worked for Michelle after they got married. While working with Michelle, Rick also worked for his own label that he is going to establish later. Later in 1994, he was finally ready to launch his own brand. He had his pieces and collection already, but he needed someone to sell his pieces, so he contacted Maxfield. Maxfield is a well-known curated fashion boutique in Los Angeles, California. However, he got rejected, since Maxfield curators said they had no time to check for Rick's collection. Rick Owens is basically unfamous at that time, but he did not give up. After getting rejected by Maxfield, Rick tried to reach out Charles Galley. Who is Charles Galley? At that time, Charles Galley was the most prominent avant-garde boutique in Los Angeles. When Rick shows his works to Charles himself, Charles knew that he was looking at something special, so he agreed to sell Rick's pieces on his boutique, as well as prepaid for half of Rick's collection. This really helped Rick. From the money that he got from Galley, he could start his new collection right away. After getting his pieces to sell in Charles's boutique, Rick Owens' name is starting to be known on the Los Angeles fashion scene. But sadly, Charles's boutique got closed for unspecified reasons. But right after the store got closed, Maxfield, the store that rejects Rick's label before, reached him out to sell his pieces on Maxfield. That was a major turning point for Rick. By having a contract with Maxfield, he upgrades his quality of fabrics and become more experimental fashion-wise. Having his work displayed in Maxfield skyrocketed his profile and made him gain more followers through the years. It shows how talented and hardworking Rick is by looking at how Maxfield approached him to display his collections at Maxfield after getting rejected from it. Until in 2001 on a Vogue interview, Kate Moss uses Rick's leather jacket that really caught a lot of people's attention, especially Anna Wintour. Who is Anna Wintour? Anna Wintour is Vogue's chief editor and one of the most powerful people in the fashion industry. Anna was really impressed by Rick, so she invited him to meet her in Paris to show his works. After the meeting, Wintour offered to sponsor Rick's first ever runway show, which is really important because with Anna Wintour's sponsorship, in 2002, the next year, Rick could finally debut on his runway show in the New York Fashion Week. From the runway, Rick gains more exposure from the media and become more famous. Rick Owens' career is full of ups and downs. We can see a lot of failures on the start of his career, but now, Rick Owens can only become more famous and famous and famous, from being rejected through boutiques, and we can see that years later, with his hard work and talent, he gains more followers and fans that idolized his works. Rick Owens was honored by the CFDA for 2 times. What is CFDA? CFDA is the Council of Fashion Designers of America. In 2002, Rick achieved the Perry Ellis Awards for Emerging Talent and achieved the Lifetime Achievement Award in 2017. Other important notable awards that Rick achieved are the Copper Hewitt Design Award for the Fashion Design and Fashion Group International's Rule Breaker Award both in 2007. Rick is still active on creating new things. On his entire career, Rick pushes through boundaries and bring new ideas to the fashion industry. And for today, that's all I can say. Thank you so much for watching my video. God bless.